Welcome to Home Remodeler Toolbox, the podcast dedicated to empowering remodelers and builders to build and grow successful businesses. Join your host, Bob Vance, founder of Home Remodeler SEO, as he brings you industry insights and strategies that will help you build a thriving business, no matter what level you're at in your business. Whether you're a thriving multi-million-dollar business or you're working on building your business from the foundation up, this podcast is your go-to source for industry secrets and actionable strategies that you can implement in your business to get to that next level. So, turn on, tune in, and let's help you build your business foundation one building block at a time.
Hello, and welcome to the Home Remodeler Toolbox Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Vance. I'm the owner and founder of Home Remodeler SEO. We're a digital marketing agency and business consultancy that works exclusively with the home improvement industry. Specifically, we work mostly with just builders and remodelers. Our goal is to help businesses in home improvement really move their businesses forward. And we put forth a lot of effort, a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise and experience in the realm of digital marketing. The reason that I've started this podcast is really to build a community of like-minded business owners that really want to grow their businesses, that want to take their businesses to the next level, whether that be the next level in revenue or whether it be growing it for the family to take over, whether it be just growing internally through your systems and processes, through better systems within your company, better tracking, maybe making a better company culture for your company. And so that's why I've created this podcast. I really didn't see a lot of podcasts, a lot of people out there doing much to really push the industry forward, to give a gathering place for like-minded business owners to come and learn, to not only learn, but maybe to share your own insights, to share your own success stories on what your journey was, what your path was to the success that you've been able to generate for your company so far. Not everyone is at the same level when it comes to building a business. Maybe you're just starting out. Maybe you're still just relying on referrals. And then there are others that'll be listening in on this podcast that we'll have as guests that are building 5, 10, maybe even $50 million companies. And so that journey is different for everyone. We want to bring those business owners together so that they can connect, so they can learn from each other and really cut down that learning curve. I've done that a lot in my own business. I have a lot of mentors and people that I network with that own their own agencies. And we're really able to learn from each other, to share, to gain insights from each other, just to share that abundance that's in the world. There's enough business to go around. If we can really share with each other to really improve our own businesses, to give back to each other, to give back to our respective industries, that's my goal. And that's my goal for the Home Remodeler Toolbox podcast, is to give back to the industry and bring these like-minded business owners together. The type of guests that we're going to be having on our podcast show here is going to be varied. There's going to be a lot of folks that work in the remodeling and building industry, construction, home improvement, people that are already successfully running their own businesses. But we also want to bring other industry professionals into the mix as well, whether that be vendors that serve the industry with software platforms, banking and lending, finance platforms, accounting maybe, associations that really truly represent our industry, that really are the hallmark of trying to push our industry forward. All of these different types of folks, these industry professionals, are going to be great additions to our podcast, great additions for you to learn, to hear things that maybe you haven't heard before that can help you push your own business forward. And then, of course, if you would like to be a guest on our podcast, we'd love to have you on. Love to have you on here to share your insights, your success secrets, the ninja hacks that you might have that have propelled your business forward, some of the things that you're doing. So If you're interested in doing that, you can go to our website, www.homeremodelers.seo.com/podcast, and you can check out the podcast page we have set up, and also fill in the form if you want to be a guest, or if you know someone that you think would be a great guest for the show. We'd love to have that recommendation also. A little bit about my journey. How did I get here? How am I doing a podcast? I often ask myself that every day. I never really thought that I'd be the kind of person that wanted to put myself out there on video, wanted to do a podcast, which we have the video and the audio for. I never really thought that was my path in life early on, but here I am. This is going to be a great podcast, and I think I bring a lot of experience and expertise to the industry. I used to be in remodeling. I used to do remodeling, mainly fix and flips, and then real estate development. We were developing $1 million plus homes here in the Denver area, the infill industry, basically speculative building, where we were scraping down homes, infill development, we call it out here. Scraping down little 1,200-foot homes and then building what I like to affectionately call McMansions, two-story homes with a full basement. So we're talking, a good 5,000 square foot home, maybe even pushing 6,000 if we had a bigger lot to build on. So that's really where I got my start. Still doing real estate here and there, some fix and flips if we can find bargains. Really tough out here in Denver. Everyone came in from out of state, and so everyone's really trying to capitalize. So I stay involved in that industry. I like to know what's going on. I love to know the new trends and innovations that are happening with remodeling, with custom home development. So I really like to keep my ear to the ground on that. But that's really how I got my start. I really started out in home improvement early in life, working with my pops. He owned a flooring business. We did carpet and vinyl, so I worked with him after school on the weekends during the summers. And that's really been in my blood, that blue collar mentality, just working hard, putting in the work, and seeing where I could take myself in life, and now where I can take my business and where I can take this podcast. So I really want to make a bigger impact on the industry, on those I can help. It's more of a one-to-many philosophy. Instead of one-to-one, doing one job at a time, I can put my industry expertise and experience out there, and I can help many people all at once through what we're doing in our marketing agency, as well as through this podcast, and being able to share more with the whole industry in general. How did I get into marketing? How did I get into podcasts? That even goes back a little further. Back in high school, me and a buddy took our very first computer class. We just absolutely geeked out on this, totally loved it, really enjoyed writing code and just learning. And this is before people even had the Apple I computer. We're talking mid-late 80s. And so no one even had home computers then, really. And we're learning how to write code. We learned how to take sheet music from some of our favorite rock and roll bands back then, and turn that sheet music into computer sounds to where the computer would actually play music. And that may not sound like a lot to you now because of the technology that we have currently, AI making music for us, imitating people. But back then it was revolutionary, and our instructor really loved what we were doing and just really fed us all that she could to really help us. So that's really where I got my start in computers, and I've just been passionate about it ever since. Once the 2008 recession came around, I got caught on several projects, lost some money, and really wondered if I had the risk appetite for that. Didn't know how long it would take for the market to bounce back. So I noticed the challenges that I had in trying to bring new buyers to our projects, trying to find new projects. And so I had already started putting my marketing expertise into play and learning, how do I market my company? How do I market these homes for sale? And that really kind of took me back into the world of computers. And then the internet was really starting to take off at that point. SEO, search engine optimization, was really starting to grow, just really in its early nascent stages. And so it was kind of the Wild West, everyone just trying everything and seeing what stuck. And Google's algorithm really wasn't up to snuff. Just kind of whatever you did that kind of made sense really helped propel you to page one of Google. And so that's where I kind of took off with the marketing. And that's when I said, I think I'm just going to start my own firm and see where I can take it. And I started off one man show doing generalized marketing, basically just marketing for anyone and everyone that came to me. I got a lot of referrals, joined the local BNI groups, the Chamber of Commerce, got a lot of business. But that's when I realized that I really wanted to specialize, really become the expert in digital marketing for remodelers and builders. We know that saying, about the jack of all trades, master of none. And that's when I realized I really wanted to specialize in what I was passionate about, which was remodeling. And then that computer digital expertise, marry those two concepts, and kind of a match made in heaven. And I'm living that dream, that quote of "you'll never work another day in your life if you love what you're doing." And so here I am, running a digital marketing agency, now launching this podcast so that I can truly make a bigger impact on the industry in general, and on business owners, helping them move their companies forward. Really, the companies that I love working with, the partners that we get to team up with, those are the ones that are really moving their industry forward. They're really the ones that are pushing it, really trying to grow and scale their company, really tuned into what's going on in the industry, what are the changes and innovations that are shaking up the industry, and how they can scale their company, how they can do even better in terms of marketing, in terms of customer service, in terms of the quality craftsmanship, everything that they're doing. I love working with these types of partners. Our account managers, handle these accounts, but I love getting on the phone with these folks, the business owners that we work with that are really pushing the envelope. We've got companies that had never hit $1 million that we work with, and now they're over that. We also have partners that we're working with that started out as zero, got my name as a referral, and now we've taken them from zero in income to multiple seven figures in income. Some people that have grown from zero to 10, 12, $15 million in just a few short years. So those are the clients that I love working with. Those are the industry professionals that really, really speak to me, because they're the hard chargers, the folks that they get up early and put in the work so that they can build a better future for themselves, a better future for their families, and a better future for their employees. When we think about the goals and dreams we have, it's not just what you're doing. It's not just making money. We all love to make money, but in the end, it's really, what is your why? Why are you doing this? Why did you start your company in remodeling? Why did you start your custom home building business? It's because you love what you're doing. That's a big why. It's taking care of your family, being able to grow a company where you can see a whole team of people come together. That's a big why, and that's what really motivates me. That's the common thread that I generally see with the companies and partners that we work with. So think about what your why is, and do you have a mission statement for your company? Do you have core values that you abide by? We have a team meeting every week that we get the whole team together, and that we kick off that meeting every week with that mission statement, with our core values, so that they stay front and center for everyone. It really keeps everyone grounded into why we're doing what we're doing, why we're working so hard for our clients, so that we can really help them take their businesses forward, and really help them grow, and then help them achieve their goals, their dreams. So that's what really drives me. A little bit about me personally, just real briefly. Love the outdoors, love camping, love being out there with my dog. Hopefully, it would be a dog's plural again one day. And just getting out hiking and climbing 14,000-foot peaks in Colorado, kayaking and paddleboarding and mountain biking. That's what I'd love to do. That's really what motivates me. I can even take my laptop with me and work a little bit when I'm out there because, frankly, it's not work to me. I love what I do. It's fun. So that really drives me. The other thing that you should know about me is I'm a big fan of college football. Try to travel around the country every year to see a game or two at other universities. I graduated from the Ohio State University. I am a Ohio State Buckeye through and through, originally from the great state of Ohio, and love our Buckeye football team. Follow basketball, baseball, wrestling, women's softball, women's hockey. Try to follow it all, but really love football. It's football season now, so that's a little bit about me. If you ever want to talk shop, you ever want to talk football, reach out to me, and I may just chew your ear off and talk to you for longer than you want, probably. So that's a little bit about me. Really enough about me. Let's talk about where you can take your business into the future here as we start in rounding out 2024 and start looking toward the future into 2025. Some of the things that are really going to impact the industry: reviews. We all know how important reviews are, how important it is to have that 5-star reputation online, that 5-star reputation on Google. Really, really important. So make sure you're getting reviews. And this is really, you're just collecting online feedback. You're just asking your customers, how did we do? Can you leave some online feedback for us to let us know what we can improve upon, or what really stood out for you that you really liked about our company? Someone in particular that you worked with, maybe the experience that you've had through that entire customer journey. So that's really important. Make sure you're always really asking for that online feedback so that you can get better, so that you know that you're always offering that 5-star standard customer service, as well as that quality craftsmanship and innovation that keeps moving our industry forward. Also, make sure that you're replying to those reviews. When you see reviews online, especially like on Google, make sure you reply back to that review and thank that customer of yours for the time they took out of their day to leave that review. Make sure that's not a templated response you put in there. Make sure you don't just say thank you. Really, really come from the heart and tell them what it means to you and your company, and maybe someone they called out on your team for the great work they're doing. This has to be something that comes from the heart, that's real, that's authentic. So make sure you are replying to your reviews online. Another thing that we already see shaking up the industry is AI, artificial intelligence. We've already kind of went through that honeymoon phase of everyone and their uncle out there just throwing out garbage content left and right, just AI, just pumping it out, basically garbage in, garbage out. You're just asking AI to write an article about kitchen remodeling, and then it just writes the most generic of articles, something that's already spit out probably 10 million times. And so Google's already started indexing all of those pages, whether it's on your website, your blog page, or no matter where it will be. Google has already said they've de-indexed millions and millions of pages of garbage AI content. So make sure that you're really asking AI to think hard, giving it good queries, good questions, in other words, to help you formulate more ideas, and then take those outputs and then put them together and make your own article. Rewrite it in your own words. You can't just put something into AI and then take the output and slap it on your website. Google knows what that is. Google knows that is AI. It knows the trends in sentence structure to look for, and knows also the keywords that AI uses that normal people probably wouldn't use. So make sure you use AI as a starting point for your content to generate some ideas, to help you get past that writer's block, that blank paper syndrome where you just don't know where to get started. But once you get started, then you can start rolling. That's what AI is for. is to help you get started with your content, not to pump out an entire article for your website, for your blog page. So think about that. Also, think about what your unique selling proposition is, your USP. In other words, what is it that makes you stand out? What makes you different and unique from your competitors? What are you doing differently that your competitors don't do? It can't be we offer great customer service and we have a 5-star reputation. Well, those are good and great. You need to have those things. But what makes you really stand out? Do you have design experience that has really led you to the build portion of that design build equation? Is there something in your history, your journey that has taken you this far that really stands out about you, about your company, about your knowledge, about the way things you get, the way you guys do things in your company? Your sales process may be innovative, the way you present your design consultations and walk people through that vision that they have and help complement that vision for them. Are you that remodeler that's able to help crystallize a vision for the homeowners that they can't quite bring together themselves? Maybe they give you some pictures, but maybe now your expertise really takes that to another level. So whatever it may be, think about what your unique selling proposition is that really makes you stand out in your industry. Maybe also, what are you doing in your community? How are you giving back? How will that make you stand out from your competitors? Do you do projects for for Humanity, or maybe you go overseas down to Latin America, South America, and help on building projects down there? Maybe it's giving back to your own community, programs that you donate to, that you help support, and just how are you getting involved and really showing the quality of your character, the quality of your company. So those are really helpful as well. Maybe social media is going to be a bigger part of your future. It should be going into 2025. You really need to put yourself out there, talk about the projects you're doing, talk about the expertise that you have, doing those videos, those little selfie videos, or filming on site, just going out on a project and saying, here's the progress we've made so far. This kitchen's really coming together. This home addition's really, really starting to take shape and complement the existing architecture of the home. Whatever it may be, get that camera out, that iPhone, and just start shooting, just start talking. Maybe you put a drone up in the air and show a house coming together from the foundation up. But start doing that, really getting involved in that. Really take your sales automation to another level as well. I mentioned your journey to where you got to in your company. Well, your customers also have what we call the customer journey. And for remodeling, that's a longer journey. It's not a plumber that's just needed immediately, emergently to come out and fix an overflowing sink. The first plumber that answers the phone is going to win that job. But in remodeling, it's a longer buyer journey. It's conception, it's the idea. It's we're thinking about it, or maybe we'll take a loan out. We're not sure about financing. So are you offering financing for them? But that journey is going to be a lot longer. It could be a few weeks, a few months. It could be a year or more before that customer that you talk to goes from that first initial conversation and or design consultation to actually signing a contract and moving forward. So you need sales automation for continuous follow-up. Obviously, you've got to get on the phone and make that call yourself every now and then just to check in with them. But you want emails and texts going out at regular intervals, maybe every couple of weeks, maybe once a month, just to keep your company top of mind, to let them know that you're still out there and ready to help them with helping build that vision, that dream that they have for their home renovation. And if you count on yourself to do that, for one client, that's going to get really hard and you're going to lose sight of that. But now once you have 10 or 20 or 50 people in your pipeline, it becomes impossible. So really think about how you can put sales automation into place to help you with that follow-up, that sales nurture. That's going to be really important going forward. Make sure you're using a good CRM. You're not still trying to run a business in 2025 off a yellow pad and pencil. You got to bring your business forward in every way, shape, and form. So sales automation is something you should really give a lot of thought to. If you're not doing digital marketing or maybe you're just doing SEO, search engine optimization, it's critical nowadays to stand out online, especially on page one of the search engines like Google. That's where the bulk of the phone calls are going to come from. 93% of people go online to find the services and products that they're looking for. So if you're not online, if you're not on page one especially, you're going to miss out on the lion's share of the phone calls that are coming in from people looking for your services. So make sure that you're putting your company out there. Pay-per-click advertising through Google pay-per-click ads, maybe Facebook ads, maybe Yelp, maybe some of the other lead generation platforms out there. These are really important for scaling your business. Like I said earlier, referrals can only take you so far. So what are you going to do from a digital marketing standpoint that will help move your business forward? And then what are you doing from an offline marketing standpoint? Are you sending out any direct mail or flyers? Are you going to trade shows? Are you a part of associations? Anything that you're doing from a digital standpoint, from a traditional marketing standpoint, these are the things that are going to really stand out. Really showcasing the projects you're working on, using those before and after pictures in social media or in email marketing, your email newsletter. These are the things that really resonate with your potential customers because they want to see, this project went from this before and now it looks like this. Like, wow, what a transformation! That's what I want. They're thinking. So make sure you're trying to use pictures and imagery and videos as much as possible and really putting yourself out there so that people really get a chance to know who you are, the owner of the company, the visionary of the company that's going to help bring their own vision to life. And then the last thing I want to touch on is to make sure that you're tracking everything that you do, that you have tracking in place for all of your different marketing channels, that you've got KPIs, your key performance indicators in place for your sales team, for every position in your company so that you really know where you're at now and where you're going and then what you're going to need to do to get there. If you've got a goal for 1 year from now, 3 years from now, what's it going to take to get there? So kind of reverse engineer those numbers based on your closing percentage, based on the percentage at which you set design consultations from phone calls, and then how many phone calls it takes based on how many are good qualified leads and how many people are not qualified or wrong numbers or looky-loos, price shoppers. So you can reverse engineer all those numbers to really figure out where you need to go when it comes to meeting those goals that you have set out for your company revenue. So always make sure that you got tracking in place because, as they say, you can't hit what you don't aim for. So if you don't have that tracking in place, you don't have those goals in place, you have nowhere and you have no idea where you're really going with your company. So I hope that helps you think about where you're going to take your company, some things that you might be thinking about implementing to really get your company into 2025 with a bang. I hope you'll come back, tune in to our Home Remodeler Toolbox podcast here. We're looking forward to having some great guests coming up, some people that are really helping shape and define the industry, really standing out in their community, really contributing to the industry in many different ways. We're looking forward to talking with you again. We're looking forward to maybe seeing you on the podcast as well. So I hope you got some value out of our introductory episode here. Hopefully you've got a little insight into who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing and how passionate I am about being in this industry. If you ever want to chat, hit me up on social media, on LinkedIn, wherever, call me, wherever it may be. Would love to chat. Would love to have you on a guest here on our podcast. So for now, that's our first episode of the Home Remodeler Toolbox Podcast. So we'll look forward to seeing you on the next podcast. Hopefully you'll listen in and gain some great insights, some great value into what we're doing and how we're moving the industry forward. Thanks for listening. Hope you got some great value, and we'll look forward to catching you on the next episode. Take care.
Hey, if you liked our podcast, join the remodeling community and hit subscribe. We would love to hear from you, so be sure to share your thoughts on what you might want to hear about in future episodes. If you're ready to take your business to the next level, visit homeremodeler.seo.com and check out our services that can help build your foundation for success. Thanks for tuning in to the Home Remodeler Toolbox Podcast, and we'll see you on the next episode.